Hey guys, episode 8 of the Buffalo Sabres rebuild. We are just about to start season 3 of our Sabres after the first season of completely tanking and trying to get rid of all the terrible contracts the Sabres have. We drafted Byfield and Drysdale, and then last season we were able to sneak into the playoffs, but we were knocked out in the first round. So this year trying to build on that and at least put up some sort of playoff run. So here's the team going into it. In free agency, we signed Alex Ovechkin to a 2-year deal. Huge acquisition and kind of bumped up our timeline. As now Eichel and Byfield, while he still grows as he's only 19 years old, is an 84 overall on the first line. The second line is going to be Middlestad, Reinhart, and Okposo. We still have him left. This is the last season of that big contract that he signed. And then we have Dylan Cousins, Strome, who is in the last year. His deal that we signed in the first year of free agency. And then Victor Olofsson. Fourth line is Rodriguez, Jurgensen, and Tage Thompson. On defense, we've got Dahlin and Drysdale as our first pairing. Hopefully Drysdale does not get hurt, as he has had a rough start to his career last season. We've got Ristolainen with Alec Martinez, who we signed, and then Lawrence Pilot and Joka Harju. Obviously, the left side of our defense after Dahlin is a little weak. And then in nets, we finally have Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, who is ready to take over. He's an 81 overall, and we'll see as Merzlikins is in there as well as the backup. In the AHL, we've got a bunch of, I wanted the team to do well, but unfortunately there just isn't a lot of draft picks because we had to kind of rebuild the entire farm team, so we signed a ton of guys to try and make the team do as well as I possibly could. So Nick Patan with Rocco Grimaldi, and then Rasmus Asplund, who might actually turn into something as he's a top 6 forward, 78 overall, and hopefully he can maybe potentially push into the fourth line next year. Cole Sherwood, Marcus Davidson, and Curtis Lazar. Davidson has a shot to be something as well. Verhaeghe, Boudreaux, and Latunov, again, these guys will all probably not do anything, but they will be in our AHL team. Korostella, Vorobiev, and Brett Murray as well. Again, nothing really here other than, Davidson and Asplund are really our only future guys for the AHL. On defense, things are a little bit different, as Jacob Bryson's a 78 overall at 23. He looks to take the jump as we don't have any other left pairing defensemen. So hopefully he can get into the 80s. Okseri Laaksonen, same thing. Hoping to see him kind of take that next jump after the season. Casey Fitzgerald, 24 years old, 77 overall. Looks like he isn't really going to mature. And then we've got our second rounder that we traded up for in Matthias Trigg. 18 years old, 76 overall, top 4 medium defenseman there. And then we've got Will Borgen and Gilmore on defense. So we'll see how they go. Now in net, we've got Ryan Bednard, who we did sign, and Aiden Hill. Doesn't really matter. These guys aren't going to be part of our future. So let's see how things go as we've edited the lines. We've done all that. I've done all of the scouting and set all that up. So we are ready to start the season, and hopefully we can make the playoffs and go on a little bit more of a run this season. So first things first, let's get through the preseason. Hopefully no injuries, but we'll see, as I'm getting tons of draft picks. As a second, I don't know who Lieb is. I can't remember if we drafted him. 51 top 4, low top 4, 6'3", 51 overall. What round did we draft him in? 4th last year. For a second? Yeah, we'll take that. As he probably isn't going to become anything, so. Alright. 1-1 so far in the preseason, and we carry along here. As again, just more draft pick trades. I have to edit the trade block even more, it looks like, as I do not want Mark Stahl. Rasmus Ristolainen's fully healed, but that's fine. So we have a good preseason. Look to end things against the Leafs, and we win. Wow, good preseason for us. 6-1. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come. As this year, as far as we're in kind of an interesting spot because we can't trade away the expiring contracts because I expect that we're going to do better than last year. We're going to have a good run. So Okposo and Strome, I kind of want to keep. I don't really want to move them. And then the draft picks we have, we might actually move some draft picks for, so to see if to see if we can acquire some guys, but I really don't need any offers because, again, I don't think that there's anything that we need to go and grab. So we'll see how it goes. As we can change this as well. And maybe we'll get, I don't know, maybe we will get an offer or two, but we'll see. So we don't need one as our team is in good shape, so we'll see how she goes and get through the first little bit of the season here. So the season is about to begin. Preseason went really well for Sam Reinhart. Wow. As we go up to our first game, and then I just want to check the lines as we've got a busy start to the season. There's a lot of Sunday games. That seems odd, as there's a ton of Sunday games in this year. So again, we're entering our third season. Let's just go edit the lines one more time to make sure, as we're hoping that Byfield will take the next step. That +3 overall, hopefully it works out on defense. Yeah, this team should do very well. I kind of want to see what we're rated now, just in terms of the offensive and defensive ratings. Is 93, 90, and 80. That's not bad at all. The Leafs obviously still a powerhouse, but we'll take a peek and see if we can't start the season off right. We'll sim through the first month and see where we get. So here we go. Big couple wins to start the year. 3 in a row, 4 in a row in the shootout. We are cruising after the first week. 5-0. Can we keep it going? 5-0-1, losing the shootout. Finally get our first regulation loss against Carolina, as Drysdale has been hurt. This is becoming an issue because this is the second straight season in which he has now hurt us. So Ben Harper is going to fill in, and that sucks because he is not good. But obviously our 7th defenseman and a win there. We'll take a look at the scouting after the first month. It's a 6-2-1 so far. The Panthers in first. All right, another win for us over the Avalanche. Another win against Vegas as we are cruising to start this year. Lose to Nashville. Can we win against Carolina? We lose in overtime. That's not bad, as we are 8-3-1 to start the season. Let's take a look as Ovechkin is teeing off. Our big free agent acquisition is just going bananas. 19 points in 13 games. Eichel has 16. Byfield finally showing up, as last season he was really disappointing, as he is 14 and 13. On the back end, we've got Ristolainen, and then our entire second line. Reinhart and Mittelstadt, and then as we go down here, Cousins. Still kind of disappointing, but he is on the third line, which I really don't want him there. He just kind of needs to show up. In net, Merzlikins is doing fantastic. 905, 263. Not great for Pekka Luukkonen, but it's not terrible. As we take a look at where we are in the standings, let's see here. Entire league, as we are in 4th in the league in the Eastern Conference. We are in 2nd, so we are right behind, tied with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and we'll see how she goes as we do hopefully carry this on, as our AHL team is 4-3-3, which is kind of rough. However, Jacob Bryson, again, one of the only players that we do care about in the AHL, is leading the way, so that is nice to see. As we'll carry on through the next month of the season. We'll go through November, and hopefully we can carry this on towards, as Jamie Drysdale is back in. So that is good news. We can get Harper out of there, and hopefully, Drysdale can actually stay in the lineup. As we'll go like this, and everyone goes back to where they were. I'm curious to see. No. As how many points does Dahlin have? 5 in 13 games. Not good. Not good at all. What is the special teams look like? I'll go power play. Is Dahlin, Ovechkin, Strome? Wow, okay. This is a mess. All right. This should even change things even more as Reinhart goes down here. Ovechkin on the point I kind of like, but we're going to go Drysdale there. We want Drysdale there. Changing current line, and then Olofsson, Ristolainen. Yeah, Alec Martinez I'm not a big fan of. So they want to set up the one-timer. Let's set him up for the one-tees. See how she goes. What about on the power play, or penalty kill? Yeah, we don't want Byfield there. As we'll put Jurgensen's down here. There's a ton of playing time for these guys. We'll put not Okposo. We want Tage Thompson. I don't want to put Cousins there, to be honest. We'll try yeah, what's Tage Thompson? Where are we? Power forward? Yeah, let's put him there. With Ristolainen and Dahlin. Don't know how I feel about that. Okay, and then we'll put Yokiharu there. And we'll put... Actually, we'll leave Dahlin there. Okay. So now that that's fixed, let's see how she goes. Against my Sharks, we win 5-3. Our offense has been fantastic so far. Against the Rangers, we win. Couple back-to-back wins there. And now we're 11-3-2. First in the division. We get another win, and now we're just cruising here. 12-3-2. Can we get a couple back-to-back wins? We don't. We split between the Ducks and the Flames. Wow, okay, we need to put him back in. So our center depth is crazy in the AHL. We lose to the Islanders. Shootout win against the Devils. I don't think we've lost 2 in a row yet. Oh, sorry, we just did to the Islanders and Flames. 16-5, 16-6 Tage Thompson's hurt, so Larson will step in for him. Big loss there as we stumble a little bit in November. We do win against the Blues to keep it going, so that's not bad as we are now 17-7-2. Still a fantastic start to the season as Ovechkin continues to pace our team with 22 goals. Things you love to see as he is proving to be every bit as worth it. All right, so Ovechkin, Eichel, Byfield. Byfield slowing down a little bit, but Eichel and Ovechkin carrying the way. Middlestad with 15 points and 26, and then Ristolainen. Yeah, Dahlin with 13. That's disappointing, seeing Dahlin with only 13. And then even more disappointing is the 8 points for Jamie Drysdale. We really want to see him kind of pick it up offensively. And Dylan Cousins is 5 points in 26 games. That is not going to do. We have got to move him up in the lineup or into a different spot. As we look at overall in the Atlantic Division, we are a few points back of the Leafs, who are just blasting away in the we're 1-2. That's fine, tied with the Panthers. The Atlantic Division is crazy. As we look at the worst, it's the LA Kings still, the Capitals after losing Ovechkin, Edmonton. Oh my goodness. Ottawa's still bad. Detroit's still bad. Nashville, Montreal. So those ones aren't really a big surprise. And we'll have to keep it going here. As in the AHL, we are 10-3-8 as we only lose in overtime. Holy smokes. So we'll see if we can't blast through December here. Get into the break. Locking up first. Can we catch up? Big win against Florida to kind of separate ourselves there, but we lose to Montreal, playing the bottom feeder Detroit. And we win 4-1. That's a good win. We needed that. And Tage Thompson is ready to come back, so we will throw him in for Larson. As I think we're going to move Okposo down and Cousins up, depending on how many points. Yeah, there's really no reason. I mean, other than the fact that it kind of hurts the line, but I'm okay with that. Let's see if we can get them going. Is Byfield still 4-0 shutout there for Pekka Luukkonen. Another win for Boston. We're on a 3-game win streak. Is Will Borgen is hurt in the AHL. Can we beat Ottawa? We do. 5-4. As now we're on a 4-game win streak. Lose to the Rangers. Can we beat Ottawa again? And we do. All right. Riley Sheehan is being placed on waivers from my hometown. 6'3", 78 overall. Yeah. He's 30. Wow, I can't believe he's 30 years old. I mean, he might be okay in the AHL, but I mean, we do need another forward. We'll decline. Pittsburgh, Montreal, back-to-back wins, 25-9-2. We still can't catch the Leafs, though. My goodness, they are having a season. Beat the Islanders and the Flyers. Can we end the year against the St. Louis Blues? And we do. 28-9-2 as we're 2 points back of the Leafs. So our Sabres are looking fierce as Ovechkin, again, continuing to lead the way. Already has a 30-goal season in 39 games. How is Byfield doing? 32 and 39, not terrible, as Eichel is over a point per game. Reinhart, 27 points in 39. Middlestad, 22 in 39. Dahlin's got 21 points. Drysdale's up to 17, so he had a really good month. And Cousins still really disappointing there. What about in net? As we take a look. 9-13 and 248. Wow, our goaltending tandem has been great, as we don't have any rookie skaters. But let's take a look in the NHLs. We haven't done that yet as to how everyone else is shaping up. As Gensel leading the way in the league. Right behind him is Alex Ovechkin, but in goals, it's got to be Ovechkin, and it is McKinnon right behind him. Okay, so let's take a look at rookie skaters. As Alexei Heponiemi is leading that. Alexander Holtz, who was drafted in the first round early, I believe. Dennis Jan, Cole Perfetti, Tristan Holmes, and Christian Vassilainen. What about in net? Let's take a look at who's having a really good season in net. As it looks like Vasilevsky is. Yeah, Vasilevsky is cruising so far. So good for him, as we are in a real good spot. 28-9-2, as we're still 2 points back of the Leafs, but we do have a game in hand. So we'll see if we can't catch them soon. As, again, we are doing great here so far this season, and I'm just going to take a look at the scouts real quick, as I believe some of these guys did end their... Yeah, some of them did end there. As we'll take a look here. We'll do skills assessment for these guys, as we already did potential. Again, this is how I found to be the best way to do scouting so far, is you just do the top 200, and then you do individually, and then you can, kind of pick and choose there, as these guys, as the NLA scout prospects, as Peacock. This might be a medium elite. We're going to do another round of potential comparison for these guys. After that, yes, that's fine. February 3rd. About that. And again, I don't really like doing this on the video, but again, we're just doing this one real quick, as some of them have run out of time, so I'm just re-upping them. How many more? Okay, scouts. As there isn't very many in the top 200 here. Actually, let's take a look. And we got to do potential comparison here. Find out where these guys are worth, as again, we're not going to have a high pick this season, which is fine. Actually, we might... Do we have Dallas's first? I don't remember if we have Dallas's first or not still. I think that was last season. But our first is not going to be anything crazy, but I don't really want to move. I don't think this is the season to trade picks and assets just yet. I think next season might be, if we're being honest. As there we go, perfect. And we'll take a look at the draft class real quick, as we now are getting into the new year. As first overall looks to be Shane Wright, as he looks to be fantastic. A right winger, high elite, that would be great. As a Theo... Okay. Guy's name is Theo Goalie, is a defenseman, medium elite. Dan Olver, Carter... Theo Goalie. That's great. Victor Kovalchuk, Morgan Alenko. As Morgan Alenko would be pretty sweet. Although we don't need any more right-handed defensemen. Brad Lambert from my Ice Dogs. We're looking for wingers still, guys. We're looking for wingers. Our center depth is great. Our right defense is great. Our left defense is weak. And maybe another project goaltender. But yeah, nothing that we super need just yet there. So we will go through January and get into February, see where we're at that point, as hopefully we can pass the Leafs. But again, the Leafs do have a great team. We lose to the Coyotes. We lose to the Jets. Not a good start. 3-game losing streak. as we are now 4 games. We are way back now of the Leafs. OTL there. We have yet to win. We do against Boston. We do against the Senators. Lose to the Oilers. This is a bad month so far. And then we win against the Blue Jackets. Can we get 2 more wins here? We haven't beaten Montreal, I don't think. An OTL there. And wow. All right, so that was a really tough month. As we are in the same position we were in the division. But, man, the Leafs now have a nice gap. As we're into February. January was tough. Ovechkin leading our team still, 57 points, 34 goals. I think he had 30 goals going into the month. Eichel right behind him, and then Reinhart with 35. Dude, Byfield just stopped scoring. Middlestad at 29 is our team. Yeah, our team just stopped scoring entirely. As Drysdale's, a 7-point month. Opozo's at 20 points. Cousins only up to 13. Really disappointing month there. As in net, things, well, I mean, they're not terrible at all. Let's take a look at the AHL. As Nick Patan has 40 point. Asplin has 40 point. And Bryson has 33. What about in nets? Yeah, Ryan Bednard's doing pretty decent as well. Okay, well, that was not ideal at all. Do we make any changes here? I mean, I really don't want... His Byfield's now up to an 85 overall. Do we flip Strome and Reinhart? I mean, that just seems... This line is so good overall based, but... What about on defense? I cannot believe Drysdale is only an 84 special team. Or, I mean, only... has done so terribly. Let's just put them back on their strong side. Crazy to me. All right, we'll go another month here. We'll go up to the deadline. I think that's a good place to stop. But let's take a peek at what we're going to go at. But all right, here we go. Can we get back on the winning plat? That month was terrible. As we get a win, the Leafs, and that's probably the division. As now we're 9 points back and falling. As a couple, 3 straight losses. As, wow, big trade here for Florida. Toffoli, Hughes, 4th and down for Denisenko in a 3rd. That's just a lot of nothing, really. Can we beat San Jose? We don't. As the losses are starting to pile up. Jacob Vrana for Cott and Bowers to Colorado. Another loss to the Oilers. Win against the Blackhawks. Can we beat CBJ? Another trade alert. Wow. Columbus trades a 1st, Reed, a 2nd, Voloshenko for Nudavara, Nick Bonino, and Brett Ritchie. So they load up at the deadline, and we lose to them. As DeMello goes to the Rangers for Trainer and Maisky. Jurgensen's is hurt. We'll replace him. Can we beat Tampa? We do. We lose to Florida. Couple back-to-backs before the deadline. Did we beat LA? We do. Okay. 2 back-to-back wins to end it before the deadline, but holy smokes, that was not ideal at all. As we take a look at where we're standing here, as things got kind of rough, as we are now in 3rd in the division and only 2 points up on the wild card spot. So that did not go well at all. As goals per game, and yeah, we're just not doing well. Okay. 74 points. Eichel has 68, so our only point per game, but then it just completely falls off. As Reinhardt has 44, Olofsson with 41. Byfield only 41 points. 85 overall, playing with Ovechkin and Eichel has 41 points. Crazy to me. Dahlin crosses the 40-point line. I'm okay with that. That's a big jump up there. Middlestad has 35, so he looks like he's our second line forward for sure, but I want to see a little bit more. Ryan Strome up to 33. Drysdale has 31. Okay, so he's made up for it. 31 points isn't bad at all. in 58 games. There's a line in there. Okposo. I think we're going to move Okposo. But what can we get for him? Oh, man, I really want to make the playoffs and make a good push. So, like, the GM mode in me wants to move away from Strome and Okposo and get something for them. Let's take a look at what we have first. What do we have in draft picks going into the trade deadline? As we've got 2 firsts. Oh, my God, we've got the Toronto Maple Leafs first. They knew they were going to be good. 2 firsts and 2 seconds. I mean, we could get something really good. We could get something really good. But I'm going to leave that up to the comment section. See what you guys think. So, here we are. Again, we are in 3rd in the division right now. Rough ending, to the last 2 months, but still in a good spot. Should make the playoffs, guys. Let me know what you think so far and what we should do with the deadline in the comment section down below. And then next video, we'll see if we can make the playoffs and get out of the first round. I'll see you guys next time.